So we had an 8-person meeting for our Sacred Acres last night. We had all of the owners, all of the old residents, all of the new residents, and we came to a really easy, really exciting, fun set of agreements that were actually even better than what I thought initially was happening. When I first came here, I actually thought that our Sacred Acres needed only like 30K to pull itself out of um, auction. But then I learned it was more like 120K. And then at the meeting last night, we actually discovered we have all of the money we need except for maybe like $5,000 or $10,000 more, and that everyone involved wants to put this property into a trust owned by our church. So we haven't signed paperwork yet, but it's pretty much an official ASC property as of last night at about 9 o'clock.
Congratulations.
Right? Yeah, thank you. It's a gorgeous piece of property, our Sacred Acres here. We now have access to. We're still exploring moving forward with Brazil. Jean Marie has some interesting ideas about that. Do you want to take a moment and talk about that, Jean Marie?
Sure, that's fine. Everything's moving really, really fast. So, but we've got a company that is more setting up a technology center, and I'm working with a lot of scientists and researchers and have amazing, amazing products and innovations just kind of flowing into our lab. And also just spoke with Boris from the Tesla Foundation, who wants to partner up and collaborate with us and come on board on a variety of different platforms, which we're doing a call-in to discuss the details this coming Sunday. So it's just, it's been an amazing, the technologies that are coming forward cover everything from communications to power sourcing to health and healing. It's just incredible, the stuff. And so when I had talked to Dakota about, and we're looking into the possibility of having it on this property in Brazil, and I actually have many contacts there with people that are friends with a lot of the government officials there and a lot of the scientists in the area, and is also a well-known author as well, who is coming on board, and we'll see where it all goes. But I think that the way this is flowing together has told us that we're kind of on the right path, and we'll see how it all works out.
Sweet.
I would love to see the communities, all the communities that you have, Dakota, have these technologies at each one of the sites to be totally self-sufficient and energy independent.
Yes, that is a huge pursuit of mine as well. Glad we're aligned in that. Speaking a little more about Brazil, Leela is also very excited to start throwing some pretty regular, like Jedi up-leveling ASC events there. And then we were just talking with Josh from, I don't remember what the name of his organization is, but he's pretty high level, and he's talking with some people from Ubuntu right now, and that whole group, along with like some faction of Yon stuff, is really interested in having a reality TV show or something like that out there.
Oh, that's wild. Yeah, actually, what's really interesting too is that Boris mentioned to me from Tesla, mentioned about coming into that whole arena, that site, and actually having workshops and lectures from global well-known people around the world in regard to and related to the Tesla energy, and setting it up as almost a small university center area that people can come into. And we talked about having scholarships available to students around the planet where they can come in and actually do hands-on, because the idea is to have each one of the inventions, technologies available on the ground at that location that people can come in and actually have a showcase, be showcased.
I dig all of that a lot.
Oh, that's all.
Exciting. What were you saying, Danielle?
I said, awesome. I love it. I love it. This is what I'm doing here. I'm actually co-creating here a bunch of food and think about things that I wanted to plant there. We have a bunch of mucuna, like very high quality right now. I would love sometime to share with you about mucuna, guys. You gotta have this amazing bean. It's like the fastest growing bean, like it grows like just like those beans that go up to the sky. And it's really amazing because cures Parkinson is used, it has L-Dopa, what basically it helps produce dopamine into your brain and give you a very good sense of well-being and reconstructs your neurons, feeds your whole body all together, all your three doshas. So it's a very amazing superfood utilized by many amazing people over 4,000 years. Well, that we know.
I love all that. I mean, I think just having a physical library of the foods and the medicinal herbs and that kind of thing would be amazing. Just fantastic.
Yeah, I'm very excited. And mucuna is very profitable. It actually grows really fast. And right now, the one that I'm using for you to have an idea, at regular price usually is $51 for 4 ounces. So it's like a $200 to maybe 120, the cheapest you get a pound. So it's a very, very beautiful like medicine that it doesn't need to cost that much. And yeah, no need for people to be
fantastic. Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, thank you for listening. I'm glad that everybody have great ideas. We all here moving towards the same thing. I'm actually at the house of a sister. I cook for those people. I plant their yards. So I'm always doing things like that. I'm encouraging their family also to actually join the program. My other half is here too, and we're all looking into things and establish a really good relationship in order to grow and help the movement and the shift. And yeah, there's a lot of challenges, but I know we can do this together. And
there is Paulo, who's actually located in Brazil, asked what town this is in. I know it's near Rio, but what town it's in, because he knows several people there that are willing to come in and have their expertise is actually in coming in and helping to create food for us and that kind of thing. So that's another piece of that as well, just so you know. And and I forgot to mention NewMap. I'm actually going back and forth with Chris now, who's the founder of the NewMap platform that they're putting out, the new internet platform and the software. And he is very interested in bringing his coding team there to actually be able to create this whole new platform. It's just amazing. The communication tool that this could turn into is, phenomenal. So just a couple things that are hanging out there. Thank you.
That's so beautiful. Thank you. Don't think for all of us. I'm very grateful for all of us. Thank you.
Chai, grateful for both of you. Something fun to mention here is that in Terra Frutis, we have, I think, over 1,000 varieties of fruit growing, tens of thousands of trees, and we like we make tons of baby trees, and we're starting a business of selling them. So I think we have enough of them to kind of bring some over to Brazil. The climates are relatively similar too, so we can bring a lot of different kinds of fruit over to Brazil that we've been collecting in Ecuador.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, here I do program like all the houses that I work, I encourage them. I teach them how to dry the seeds and actually keep them. So we're creating a seed bank like among everybody. And I want to do a lot of black sapote in Brazil, like really amazing, like earthy food. So yeah, I have a very great amount of seeds. And if everybody can save, I mean, seeds last from 1 to 5 years. There's no need to trash them. If they're organic, we save them. It's really amazing. I'm looking for like egg fruit. Like I love egg fruit. Like some stuff is really not out there. And bananas, like so necessary. Different bananas, not those big old making money for the government in China bananas.
Cool.
So yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Moving into Costa Rica. Funnily enough, the previous, or the still currently owner of this place that is transferring ownership to us, just left this morning to go to Costa Rica to host a series of permaculture events in collaboration with Lucidity University and friends. And it seems like there's a lot of energy. Actually, our land in Costa Rica is really, 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 really well situated. It's like right up on like a mountain, about 30 minutes away from like one of the most major tourist towns in Costa Rica. I forget the name of it. Lila, you
Want
listening?
to talk about that for a second?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Costa
You want
Rica
to turn your
properties.
video on?
Yeah, I just got. Hi, everyone. Yeah, just a little bit about the 4.5 acres in Costa Rica. It's perched on top of a hill overlooking the ocean. There's 200-degree views of the ocean. And all of the land, about from my land down to the ocean, is for sale for pretty cheap. And it's situated on the second longest left-hand break in the world. So it's a very world-class place for people to come. And it's a pretty awesome sanctuary down there where a lot of Costa Rica has kind of gone a Americanized route. It's stayed really special down there. I feel like it's the gem of Costa, and it's situated super well because it's next door to a food farm, a fruit tree farm of about 1,000 trees, and just down the street is a permaculture nursery where they have all of the cuttings necessary, and it's right next to a river, and so much of the community has wanted to participate in this land. I've held a couple of rainbow gatherings on it, and just with about 20 grand, this land could really get up and going. So it's a nice little starter piece. It's gorgeous.
Sweet. Thank you, Leila. And then that brings us to Colorado with Aeon. What's up, Aeon? You with us?
Hello, yeah, I'm here.
Hey, how you doing today?
Good, and yourself?
A little tired actually, but very happy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So in Colorado, we have a number of properties available. Two of them that I've been looking at for some time. One's 150 acres, one's 38 acres. The one that's 150 acres I can get into as a lease to own, and the one that's 38 acres I can get into for a low price. The one that's 38 acres has a 7-bedroom house, 4,400 square feet, barn, has probably 50 different pellets for animals, has probably 10 years of soil. You know, it's a prime location for duplication and for validation and for being able to showcase some of our new technologies and create a learning center, as well as have a hub where people could be, you know, orientated and have a good working relationship right there, and then move into our other sister communities as they choose. So that's one of the things I'm looking at. And then our Aslan project is moving right along, and we're now getting some break in the snow. So in the next week, we'll be able to break ground in a few different ways. We're throwing up a dome. We're going to be still doing our first greenhouse and our next tiny house. And so that's what's happening in the Aslan project. And that is 4 acres for this year, 4 acres next year, and the neighbor across the street has offered us 8, and then there's 8 right next door for $4 grand. So within 2 years, we'd have 24 acres right there in that central space.
Beautiful. So we're considering funding you, Aeon, with somewhere between $10,000 and $25,000.
Mm-hmm.
Where will that go, and how much actually do you want? Do you want actually 25K or what?
So if we were, so it just depends on what avenues we want to go. So we were already considering doing a grow and are doing a grow, and we're going to bootstrap it. We have 5,000 coming in ourselves. And we have a lot of the infrastructure or the tools to do it properly. So so we're figuring that we need about maybe $5 grand for the grow, and then it's already sold. So we have multiple people who are going to be using, you know, creating multiple products, including revamping my own product, Genesis Refined, and providing materials for our own CBD line. So there's so the potential for that one thing for just $5 grand is pretty huge. And then the next part is the hemp. And so we have 2 people right now offering to grow hemp on our property. We're offering them just over an acre to do so. And they're bringing in all the knowledge. So basically, we're only supporting them and not having to do anything other than provide them with the land. But there may be some extra, you know, working capital that may be necessary. I don't know that yet until that field comes a little bit more solid. And then the next thing is food. And so we want to be producing a tremendous amount of food there. We have the opportunity to give 1 acre to the local food hub, and they can grow food, and they'll come in and grow food and pay for that 1 acre. On another acre, we'd like to do a farm from the box, or potentially just do a greenhouse of our own with a climate battery and some other really cool tools involved. Once we have that in place, then we'll be able to validate some of Dan Winter's material, which is also a branding opportunity and some other great things. And then the biggest thing that the funding could go towards is to get our wells dug. So we don't have any wells dug yet, but the water's not more than 60 feet down. And so we have a guy that's going to come out from California and dig all the wells for free. All we have to do is buy the pipe. So we're going to dig 3 wells. One of them is going to be a reserve. One's going to feed the main house and the water, the bathhouse and the main kitchen and all that stuff. And the third one's going to be a drip towards the pond. There'll be 3 ponds on the property. Part of the funding could go towards, clearing the property, clearing the spaces for the tiny houses, and all that, which is going to cost us about $75 to $50 to $75 an hour. We figure it's about 5 hours of work. So as you can see, I can draw up any kind of proposal to utilize the money in a really good way. And we're going to be starting mushrooms. We're going to be doing spirulina. We're going to be doing 7 different cash crops. That's all this spring.
Super cool, Aeon. I love what you're doing.
Some kind of cupcake.
Yeah, so let's find out exactly how many dollars you want, Aeon. We've got $50K liquid investment capital. We can use pretty much immediately with another $10K around pretty easily. So let's just come to some agreements on that and talk about it again on Friday at the next meeting.
Sounds perfect.
Thank you, brother. Hip hopping along to, I guess, our property in New Mexico. What's up, Ray? How you doing?
Howdy, good morning. Am I the only one on? I know Amber and Victoria are in the other room. They were planning on being on.
Huh.
But it works.
You mute Jonah?
Yeah.
Yeah, brother, I met you at Standing Rock.
Who'd you meet at Standing Rock, Jonah?
I met Ray at Standing Rock.
Oh, cool. I was there too. I wonder if I saw you.
I feel like I seen you there as well. Very briefly, I feel like I ran into both of you, and you were speaking about exactly where we're at right now with this ASC, and it came around full circle again, and here we are.
What a trip! Hey, were you running some kind Actually, I think I remember talking to you now. You asked me if I was doing stuff. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, I was doing some recon as to what was happening, and I knew Standing Rock was going to be a space where those who show up are going to be there. And we came across each other. I was wearing the banana suit, man. I was the banana man at Standing Rock for about 3 days, and I dressed up in some different costumes and did crazy media stuff and talked to people about what's happening while doing the work. And we built a kitchen at the same time with Superman and some folks up there on the hill.
So
cool. Superman.
Yes, sir.
Well, good. I can't see you, but I'm glad we're reconnecting here. What a great place to reconnect. Great things on the ground in Albuquerque. We are in the process of finalizing access to about 150,000 tons of infrastructure projects ready to roll out. And we're doing the tech hub here, where I'm working on the digital governance software. So while there's no requirement to be on site, if anybody has development or UX experience wants to be on that team, there is opportunity to be on site, and it might be cool to work face to face. And we've got New Dawn, which is pretty much fairly low investment capital, 2.5 acres to do all kinds of farming and growing. New Mexico is becoming more friendly each day towards the cannabis end and hemp end. But we have that totally available, and we'll be working on that over the next few weeks, getting ready for spring to get that restarted again. We've got several people here, several more on the way. So the energy is good.
Speaking about the people on the way, what's up with Michael and Tiffany?
I don't have any other update other than found a safe place last night, thanks to our community network here. I think Aeon found them a spot.
Go Aeon, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Aeon. And we have not heard from them this morning, but they are en route. And there's some other really great, amazing people on their way as well. So
yeah, cool.
Very, very family oriented here. I have 3 kids myself, so there's definitely that going on for people with children. We are, child care and the process around that, and homeschooling is everything that we need to address here as part of this community. So another thing to keep in mind.
I would actually love to help the community, the Love Project community, start an agile learning center, Raymond. We'll talk more about that later, but it's the best kind of homeschooling I've ever seen as a model, at least.
Yeah, let's definitely do that.
Yeah, cool, brother. How's the weighted voting system going?
It's coming along. We are weighted voting, digital governance. The weighted voting aspect of it is the first thing we'll roll out because we want to start using it.
Right. Yeah.
That need this, so we can start making decisions. Have a ledger of a transparent way for everybody to know actions of the collective and what's going on. So we're looking to roll that out in just a little over 4 weeks now. As a usable beta, and then from there, this is an ongoing software development project that we'll release to the world sometime 6 months down the road or something, and can be a profit center for the whole ASC as well.
Excellent. Is there any way we could get some kind of like updates on that? Like every week, could we actually kind of look at the code or like screenshots of the code and like maybe like what's changing and evolving? And
yeah,
really cool.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Could you maybe put something together for Friday?
Yeah, we'll do Friday.
Cool. Thank you, Ray.
Yeah. All right. Cool. We'll talk a lot more details about that offline, Dakota.
Yes, and if you have a second, I'm going to go to a next topic now. But if you ask Amber if she's going to show up and talk about the investment portfolio, or if she wants to do that on Friday, I would really appreciate that.
Yeah, and Jean Marie and I worked on that, so we can both update you as well.
Cool.
I can walk over there and ask her to hop on if that's what you want.
I would love that.
Right.
Yeah. And then in the meantime, let's see. I wanted to talk about one other thing, and that being our mobile application, which is now in iOS, Amazon, and Google Play. Since I'm on my computer, I can't just like pull up a sweet, savvy little screen share for you guys, but it's a really cool application. It has all of the functionalities of our website. It's a lot easier to understand. It has like a live news kind of thing going on straight from our network. It'll have eventually all of our meditations, all of our spiritual teaching videos, all of our announcements in a video library in it. And it has like all of the governance stuff. So you can go into it, you can vote in it, you can request access through it, you can share media, you can like, file reports, look at reports, like you can do the whole governance and resource distribution. Every functionality is uploaded into the app. And then it gets even cooler where if we get enough people using it, we can actually categorize each mobile app user by their roles. So like you could sign up to be an ambassador or a technician or whatever, like through the join process. But then every day or a couple times a week, we can like say, for instance, send out to every ambassador some kind of fun action point, like receive a package of 100 stickers or 10 stickers and put them up. Or like go out on the streets in like an hour and like tell 3 people about the ASC. And it can be kind of like a mission command center, or like where if you have the app, you're like an agent for the ASC and you're performing missions for them. And Google has actually proven to be able to get like thousands of people to go and like take kind of like, prompts from their phone to go do stuff in reality with their Google Guide program. And there's been quite a few other groups that have had a ton of success, like really getting heavy participation from having kind of a game mission command thing from the phone. So we're going to start developing that kind of stuff here soon. And before we do that, we need to get all the videos moved over. We need new graphic art made. And then actually the app comes with a mobile store. So uploading our products from our Tribe of Awakening Sovereignty store into the mobile store. And talking about that in specific, we have an interconnected collective called the Merchants Guild that is in charge of our store. And the guild gets 30% of all profits from the store sale. So if people want to help us just like input products into the app, that could turn into some real money. And speaking about sales, they're starting to kick up finally. We're getting multiple sales off every sponsored post we put out, and that's pretty snazzy. It seems like money is flowing a whole lot more, and we'll just continue to do so. And speaking about money and investment, what's up, Amber?
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good to see you.
You too. Yeah, so I'm gonna pull up our business plan and let's see, share here. So today, well, by the end of the day, the last little bit will be done.
If
And
I should.
huh?
I said if I get to it.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, we're just basically it's ready to go, and whatever last little bit you got to plug in. Good. Okay. Can you guys see this?
Yes.
Clearly? Okay. So, who do we have on the chat today?
We have,
Travis, Jonah, Ryugen, great.
I think we have
Right.
11 of us.
Okay, cool. So some people haven't seen it. So here's the first slide. I'll just run through This talks about what the collective is, who we are, coherent systems. It's all the technology integrated into one.
I don't think we need to see the slide one for each one, Amber, though I
Oh,
really
no?
appreciate it. Yeah, I think we can get just the gist right now and then
Okay,
make
okay,
it really nice and shiny, and then we'll just release the whole slide version and do I'll do a presentation like in a 2 or 3
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Collective co-creation. And we have the quest, how the ASC began. The Flower of Life Society. Dakota, still want to see if we want to have this slide or not. The quest, it kind of ended with it, and so I thought it'd be good to present it. Working on still filling this out. These are our coordinators. ASC Digital Services teams.
And each of these will link to its own slide, right?
So this will have to go into conversation about. I've had conversation with Ray and conversation with Jean Marie and Aeon, and I think we'll leave that conversation for you and I. I'll just
Got it.
This will be the physical services like permaculture and stuff. Global partners.
Those are some cool logos.
Ray and I are gonna work on creating this into a paragraph, and I'll design that later today. Ways to invest. We reworded it a little bit with Aeon and Jean Marie yesterday. They feel that this was best. We'll review that.
Maybe except for the limited part. I don't why.
Well, the reason why we did that is because it creates value. So if you have a limited amount of shares to sell, which you do, that's the only thing to make sure it's worth anything. Is that there's only so many, right? And then you can only allocate so many, right?
Right.
So if you say you have 10 million shares, that's all that's available. And once those 10 million shares are gone, then that's the whole shareholders gain, right?
Right.
So that's the reason why we put it that way. It's just so that it gives people the idea that there are shares, they have been purchased, they are being earned, and there's a limited amount left.
All right. Though in our current model, they aren't limited. So
Just say ASC shares. Don't put either or.
Okay.
All right. That was just product to conversation. We have, there'll be a learn more tab on here, which will go to a slide.
for each of those. And the information for this is in that document I was telling you about that I think Leela sent you. And just a hedge note, by the way, Aeon, I see the value of what you're saying, and I'm open to like a new model. I just like in my current model, like what happens when we reach 10 million out of 10 million? I don't know. Like,
well, people plug in other ways. They're no longer able to plug into shares. You know, that's the core group. That's the founders. That's the people who were here from the beginning. You know, it's basically honoring those that are showing up right now, and people who show up a year from now, they show up in other ways. You know, we have more infrastructure for them. We have places to plug them in, you know, and they could go, hey, I want to buy some of your shares, you know, but that's kind of how that game works as far as I understand it.
okay, I'm open to looking into that. And then maybe even like we could say there's limited ASC shares, and then when those are done, we could like make another form of share, dish those out. Like it's great when you can make your own currencies.
Truly.
Yeah, so we'll talk more about that later on. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Current investment opportunities, where it says more info, it will go to our business plans. We have business plans for each one of these. So today this deck will be done, like the face of it, everything you're seeing. And then over the next 2 days, I'll be designing the business plans for the eco community development and technology development. It's not going to be extensive design like this, but it is going to be, you know,
For both of those two, for both those things, Amber, I have like a really strong set of numbers for those, so we should collaborate on that. I did a business draft of an eco community with like 500K into land infrastructure and 500K into marijuana and medicine, and my projected output is 2.2 million the first year, up to like 7 million after 5 years, with like a whole bunch of super crazy nice housing. And then as far as the tech, actually, like I have all 770K already like totally allotted with what I would like it to go to. So if you have some ideas with what you'd want tech to go to, we might even want to increase that $770,000 number to more.
Yeah, we can definitely discuss this over the next few days and fine tune all that.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. This is the other ways to play. We kind of came up with different titles here too. Put them in like an order of media collaborator, ambassador, stewardship, and project coordinator.
Like
we kind of decided that we didn't really want to use project leader. If that was okay, we just like coordinating is better. Leader is.
I get it.
Yeah.
Good shift.
Yep.
This talks about the ASC shareholder, being an ASC shareholder. Here in Albuquerque, we're currently figuring all that out here. So I know this is what you came up with in the beginning, but we'd like to come together as a council and look at what we've written, because it's all new information coming out from us, and just really seeing, the optimal choices from there, and how you feel about the interconnected collectives, et cetera, et cetera.
I'm all about it.
Great. Here's the ASC assets. This was really important for them to know that, like, if you want
to in development.
In development.
Yeah, it's most of this is in active development.
Okay. Can I say inactive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or,
so this actually came about because let's say we have an investor that wants to invest, but like he wants to invest in, the indoor or the setup or whatever, and he's like, but where do we do that at? Really letting them know that we have 5,000 acres for any of these projects that can like start being developed on.
Yeah.
We can reach millions for our projects. Skilled stewards, we have unlimited.
Millions here very soon.
if we don't have skilled stewards in some part of the world for a project, we will find them. So basically we have
Or just buy them plane tickets. I have like right now I've got a list of 40 people that will show up anywhere in the world. That is cool.
Great.
We just
and then partners, global partners. I mean, really, we're talking hundreds here, because there's the consciousness, the new conscious businesses. There's hundreds of them, and we're all tied in with them, whether, through our networks already, or if not, we soon will be. So technically
I would say that a lot of our core council has anywhere between like 10 and like 70 major organizational allies.
Yeah.
So we definitely have hundreds of partners among our inter-council allies.
Yep. I'm there with you.
We've got a minute and 10 seconds, by the way.
Okay. So here's the last two slides. This is present your project. And so we reworded it just a little bit. It's our core mission is to fund as many projects in the world that positively impact the quality of life for all humankind. Projects are the foundation, not project leaders, are the foundation of the ASC, a platform where you can align, collaborate, envision, implement, direct, and support the many expansive co-creations within your dream. Become the project leader for your group and merge with the ASC interconnected collectives. Join us to unify our efforts in order to change the world. This is no longer a vision. It's change agents in action.
Yeah.
Take action now. Boom.
Look at that.
Thank you.
So good. All right. Cool. What a beautiful, fun, inspiring meeting. Thank you for that presentation, Amber.
You're welcome.
Hi, Victoria. I see you back there. And thank you everyone for showing up. Again, next meeting is on Friday. And there is so much stuff to do. If anyone wants to help do more stuff, I got 100 action points that people could take more action on. But,
there's a list of that. I didn't see it. Did you put a list of that up?
I could do that. Yeah,
that would be awesome.
All right, I will. I'll write that up and put it up into the announcement.